For anyone who plays Pokemon Go, you're probably familiar with the regional system, where only certain Pokemon can be caught in particular, well, regions. This idea sounds interesting, especially if you think back to the video games where Pokemon would hang out in certain biomes relating to their type. Unfortunately, with this game's real-life attributes and limitations, this idea fails horribly and causes nothing but frustration and feelings of incompleteness towards its players. In the initial release, there were 4 Pokemon who could only be found on certain continents. This feature wasn't the worst thing in the world, and also didn't hurt players much since all those Pokemon were terrible to average at best, so it wasn't game-breaking if you couldn't catch them all. However, as a perfectionist, it is beyond irritating seeing these shadowy figures every time I look at my Pokedex. What really irks me is that there are actually people who believe it's a good system and say things like it adds depth to the game, it's for bragging rights, and to just hop on a plane to capture them if you want them so badly. This rationale is utterly ridiculous. It adds almost nothing to the game other than to encourage cheaters to spoof and wealthy people to flaunt the rewards from their vacations. Either way, I'm not impressed. And while my heart sighs with sadness every time I see my missing Mr. Mime, it just doesn't cause enough distress for me to spend thousands of dollars to take a European vacation to get him. Sadly, Niantic didn't learn from their mistakes and pulled the same nonsense with Gen 2, except this time, the majority of the United States was left with nothing, and Heracross, which is often considered one of the best Pokemon competitively, was made into a regional. It's been over a year since the game's release, and they have not offered much in altering or fixing this awful system. This Safari Zone event that for some reason I keep getting notifications for despite having no application to my location is an obnoxious tease and is not a proficient enough solution. I've seen some more effective ideas, such as including them as ultra rare raid bosses or holding regional exclusive events all over the world. Either of these concepts would end this nightmare once and for all. Regardless of if, how, or when they try to solve it in the upcoming releases of Generations, the concept of regionals needs to be permanently eliminated.